What's going on, everybody? You're watching GED Tips with Mr. G. Are you struggling with algebraic functions? Well, don't stress about it. Grab your calculator and let's go.
Listen, I understand that the test can be very stressful, especially when you got this many possible topics that can be on the test. All right. And then when you get to these type of function problems, all right, how can you remember how to do all of this stuff when you also have to remember this stuff? So look, I'm gonna show you how to do all of these problems, all right here without using any writing at all.
Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to understand, the biggest shortcut to passing the GED math test is learning how to use the calculator. All right, so the first thing I want to show you guys is how to store things in the calculator. So, for example, all right, let's look at this problem right here. It reads, what is f of 6 for the function f of x equals 3x minus 8? All right, so here's the thing. A lot of people panic when they see f of x. All right, do not panic. Here's a simple translation. When 6 is stored as x, what does this equation equal? That's all they want to know. When you plug in 6, what does this equation equal? So this is what I mean by learning how to use a calculator. All right, so if you look right here, this STO button, that's the store button. All right, so all you do is you take whatever they say f of, you put that in the calculator as your x, and then we just type out the equation. So here's how we do it. All right, we say f of 6. So the first thing you want to do is 6. We're going to hit store, and then we're going to hit the x, which is the variable button right above it. Once you do that, now you can lock your problem in. Boom. All right, now my information is saved. So no matter what, every time I type in an x in the calculator, it's going to equal 6. So now, once I've done that, all right, I just type in the original problem, which is this, 3x, all right, and then minus 8. All right, and there we have our answer. All right, right here. So number 1 is going to be B. All right. All right, so now I want you to pause the video and do exactly what we just did for the next problem. All right, so I'll give you some time to do that. Okay, so if you rewind and looked at the first problem and how we did that one, all right, you should know that, once again, when you see f of anything, they're only asking you to store this as x and type out this equation. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is 0 stored as x, hit enter, all right, and then I'm going to just simply type out the original problem, 2x, all right, and then we got plus 3. All right, and once again, we found our answer. This one is going to be C. All right, same thing with this one. I want you to pause the video and then give it a try. All right, it's the same exact setup as the previous two questions. All right, so now looking at number 3. All right, once again, we found our f of whatever. All right, that's the number they want us to store. All right, so here we go. -4. All right, sorry. -4 stored as x. All right, and then I just type out this original problem right here. First of all, I got to lock it in. All right, so we got 5x minus 12. There we go. My answer is going to be B. And then for this last problem here, all right, we have 6x minus 10. All right, it says what is f of 120? So all I do is I take that number, all right, 120, all right, store it as x, hit enter, lock it in, and just type out your problem. 6x minus 10. All right, and there you go. Answer is going to be C. And thank you for tuning in. Again, this is GED Tips with Mr. G. I hope that you all follow all my socials below. All right, I'm going to be posting on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube. Have a blessed day, everybody.